All right, hey everyone, it's Tim again. This is our second video for today. I wanted to show you the impact of today's report on the WASD, and so you can see in terms of carryout and stocks to use what the implication is behind the report, so you can understand why the market is going to do what it's going to do here. So we now know this number, right? This is our planted acreage number. It's 89.9 million acres of corn. It will not go up. It will not go down. You can debate harvested acres, and we can continue to debate yield. But let's be realistic. Our weather forecast is not bad for corn. So you got to assume that we're going to have a nice yield, top 5 crop, top 3, maybe the biggest ever. Who knows? So our yield is going to be priced in probably near the high end of that. And I think that's what the market is doing, is pricing in a yield somewhere in that 180, 181 range. Now, if we leave demand where it is, here's your range of carryouts, okay? With a 180 yield versus a 174 yield, here's your range of carryouts, 1.155 to 1.661, and a stocks to use ratio somewhere between 7.9 and 11.4. This is somewhat bearish corn. This is super bullish corn. So the fact that the market reacted the way that it did today tells us that it is pricing in the higher yield range and possibly even pricing in a lower demand number, okay? If you start to take demand off of a high yield on this acreage count, then we have a big carryout, which is very bearish corn, and that is the downside move that the corn market might be starting. So I don't want anyone to run around saying, hey, this market's stupid, it doesn't know what it's doing, it's got to go higher. Hey, price action is king, and price action is telling us that it's pricing something in bigger. It's pricing in a yield, or it's pricing in a yield plus a demand decrease that we don't know about yet, but the market does. So let's not be naive and think that it can't happen, because it very well can. And what we want to do is, as we talked about in the chart video, we want to be sellers on rallies, or at least realistic about what the possibility is of a higher rally. Now, if we get through next week and we get a whole bunch of flash sales on this break, and we come in Tuesday, Wednesday, and find out that China was active buyers, you can put that number right back to where it was. Oil spikes back up, and it's hot and dry, and we're right back over here to this side of the balance sheet, and corn's going to reverse and rocket up out of here like you wouldn't like, and we won't even know what hit us. So that is the range of possibilities. We're going to have a lot more volatility in corn, but as of today, let's be defensive and sell rallies, or just get some protection on and start moving lower. Now, one of the reasons I'm saying that is because the USDA's numbers on soybeans were super bullish. This is what the USDA has been telling us. This is what the carryout was before today. If we type in their acreage number and assume normal harvested acres and assume excellent yield at 51.5, then our carryout got cut significantly to below pipeline levels. This is not bearish beans in any way, shape, or form, which is why I'm so worried about the price action that we had today, because we reversed it and ended up closing 47 off our highs, and we sold a very bullish report. I think that that's very concerning, especially with how bearish this number could ultimately be. The question we have to ask ourselves and be honest about is, if the market is efficient and if the market is all-knowing and it is reacting bearishly to a bullish report like this, then what does it know that we don't? We have to be realistic about that possibility, and we have to be ready to sell it if that happens. And you guys know my thoughts on 2020. We've talked about it a lot, and we've been wondering why we're not out at all-time highs for several weeks, given the bullish setup. And today certainly adds to that question and makes me very skeptical of the bullish case for soybeans, because we have all we need to do it. We just aren't reacting the way we should. Okay, that is a quick 5-minute video on exactly what the USDA report said and what we think it means to the balance sheet. Of course, we've been digesting this for 4.5 hours. If we learn information that we don't currently know, we'll be quick to share it with you. I hope this is somewhat helpful to put it in context. Call me if you have any questions. I hope you guys have a great night. Talk to you later.